Hey guys, it's Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, and today's video is called Best Business Internet Service for Temporary Deployments. So, as you guys know, we represent all of the business internet service providers in the United States, all of the big dogs, and even the ones that you probably never even heard of that are all across the United States, all throughout different cities and states. And if there's one thing that tends to be the common MO with most of your typical internet service providers, well, actually, it's two things. Number one, they want you to be in a long-term contract. We pretty much don't ever see anything that is business internet service that is on a month-to-month. It's almost always 36-month mandate if you want the best pricing. 24-month you can usually get sometimes, but you might sacrifice and have to spend a little higher on pricing. 12-month almost never exists with any carrier, so they're long-term. If you're a temporary deployment, meaning you don't need internet long-term, whatever your business is or you're offering, you just need internet for a couple of days, or maybe weeks, or maybe months, but you don't need it for 24 to 36 months. That's what we're going to talk about in this video, is a really good provider that I work with, that's what they specialize in. Who that provider is Broadsky. Now, you guys have probably seen me do some videos on Broadscott in the past. We've talked about how they do a really good job with things like internet and construction trailers. Obviously, if you're going out and you're getting ready to build, a big old development, you don't need to be there with an office for forever, but you need an office to manage employees, run payroll, have a computer, access to internet. You gotta have a temporary mobile office while you're building, but you don't need it forever. After the construction is over, you pack up the trailer, you move on to the next project. Obviously, somebody like that, they're not going to sign a 24 to 36 month agreement. Broadscott offers a really nice, high-speed, very competitively priced internet service that is not only mobile, it is wireless LTE. You can get speeds as low as about 16 megabits down to as high as like 600 megabytes to a gig wireless. More importantly, they don't require a long-term contract. And they do not hit you with these, if you want to be on a month-to-month, we're going to charge you $500 a month instead of what would normally be, $69.99 or something like that. They don't do that. So you're talking wireless mobile internet for temporary deployment that you can basically use mobily anywhere, and you don't have to use it indefinitely. These guys work with stuff like that all the time, but let me give you just a few examples. State fairs. These guys are a top dog U.S. nationwide with state fairs. Obviously, a state fair, they need some serious internet, but, the state fair in your area to sign a 36-month contract for a field or for a parking lot, that's crazy. So to be able to have something that's as high as gig internet wireless speeds for your staff and operations, and you just pay month to month, and then you can stop paying for it and pull the plug when you need to pack up and leave, it's great. Trade shows. I used to do a lot of trade shows back in the day before we became, more interested and very popular on YouTube. That was how we got our business. When I go to a convention center, I'm not going to pay the convention center for 36 months to have internet. I only need to be there for 3 to 5 days at a table. So something like this is excellent for trade shows if you need internet to be able to showcase product or give people access to online for registration purposes or email, entering into your email contest or whatever it is. This is great for something like that. Outdoor festivals and events. Now, I know we talked about state fairs, but you guys have seen plenty other things like, sometimes a church may have a really big outdoor event. I've been to outdoor events at churches and things like that where, they've got high-speed internet at the church, but how the heck are you going to get high-speed internet inexpensively out, into a 10-acre field? That's where something like this comes into play. You get it for the event, you pay for it for a month or two for whatever your event is, and then you're done with it. Seasonal businesses. I have worked with many seasonal businesses, you guys, such as summer camps, marinas. Yeah, I know that's a weird one, right? Makeshift tax refund centers and the like. They don't need internet for months or years at a time. They may only need it for a couple of months or 3 months for whatever their season is, and then they need to pull the plug back on it. They need to pull the plug on it and go back to what they were doing. To talk a little bit more about this service that Broadscott offers, it usually starts, I believe, at exactly $69.95 a month. I think that gets you almost 20 megs down. You can get this on a month-to-month. We're talking LTE speeds here. The router that they offer is also 5G compatible for when that's available in select areas or wherever you are. They also maintain the equipment. They will install this equipment for you remotely, and they will even maintain it remotely for you. So you don't have to worry about paying an IT staff a bunch of money to implement this thing. It's practically plug and play, and part of what you pay for is for these guys to maintain and update it and deal with any problems that you may have with it remotely at no extra charge. If you are interested in learning more about this temporary internet service, seeing what the price really is for the speeds you need, seeing what the setup involved in with it is, and finding out what is involved in setting this up, and that seeing it in action, just give me a call. I work with the guys over at Broadscott all the time. I can easily get them to contact you, or we can do a web demo and they can show you pricing in the product. So, anyways, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel. Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, your go-to guy for the best deals on business phone and internet service in the United States. I'll catch you guys again in the next video.